Greetings, the Hijabi Gamer here, and I said I would make a video about the whole Mass Effect Legendary Edition censorship, so here goes nothing. Anyway, all I ask is please share this video. Share this video a lot, because I know it will piss off and trigger a whole bunch of people who want the game to be censored. I'm pretty sure that a lot of them assume, looking at me, they will think that I want the game to be censored. But the truth is I don't. And the thought that it will trigger so many of them, so many pro-censorship people, just please do it. Please share it. It'll give me so much joy. Anyway, Mass Effect. I will admit, I have not played the games. But it's mostly because I prefer fast-paced shooters. I've already mentioned it multiple times. My favorite games are things like Destiny 2, Borderlands 3, Destiny, Halo. I prefer more shooting and less talking, and my understanding is Mass Effect is full of dialogue trees, consequences. I like being able to just go into a room and shoot everything there and walk out, and there's no consequences to it. I mean, Destiny 2, you can't move on at points because you have to kill everything in the room. So I'm really not into RPGs. I think I've made it clear in the past. In addition, and this will surprise people, I don't like romance. I find romantic movies boring. I prefer fast-paced action films, fast-paced action TV shows. So romance kind of bores me, even in video games, even in Borderlands 3, Blood, Love, and Tentacles. I like the gunplay, I like the gameplay, but the love story at times gets a little tedious. There's more dialogue in it, even though it's not even near as much dialogue as in Mass Effect. There are times where it's like, dear God, Wainwright, or dear God, Hammerlock, just shut up. I don't care. It's just, I'm not into romance. In fact, and just don't take this wrongly, because I know some people might take this wrong, I would rather Wainwright Jacobs marry the immortal Cthulhu lady. Not because of the gender, but because immortal Cthulhu. Come on, what's cooler, Hammerlock or immortal Cthulhu lady? Just saying, that's a much cooler person to marry. But yeah, even in that's one of the reasons I'm not into romance. And I hear that there is you can like woo different characters in Mass Effect. It's like, I would not care, and I find it really, really boring. But I was considering getting the Legendary Edition because people talk so highly of the series. Now I'm not so sure, because I could understand why people are angry about the censorship. And I agree with them. I am 100... first, just on principle, putting aside why, I am 100% against censorship. I have made it clear in the past. I have discussed it in the past why I'm for freedom of speech, against censorship. It is very dangerous. Just fully against it. Putting aside, even aside from the video game. Now, as for the video game, I can understand why fans go into a game, they've played in the past. They expect the original only to find it changed. These are the things we know they are changing. What else are they going to change that we don't know about? The best example is recently Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury was just released. I love Super Mario 3D World because Cat Mario. I admit it. I like cats. I bought the amiibo. They're somewhere up there. But I bought Cat Mario and Cat Peach because cat. I have cat treats right here because my cat is trying to sneak treats over breakfast. It's like, no, Buster, eat your breakfast first. So it wouldn't be like getting rid of Cat Mario, because that's like a big part of the game, but it would be like getting rid of the cat Goombas. A small feature, but something, while you can take it out, people kind of like. So no, I understand why people don't want a game that they love, and they're going into thinking, oh, it's just going to be like a updated graphically, kind of game, only to find they changed it. So I agree. Censorship bad, changing a game like that, it's a remaster, not a remake. Now, my understanding is the complaints are it sexualizes women. Well, first off, the game is clearly marked M. Now, for people who do not live in the United States, this is your typical video game. This is Borderlands 3 on the Xbox One. You can see right there in the corner, on the front of the game, is an M. You can't see above it. It's not focused, but it says mature 17 plus. In addition, it's on the back, and it also tells you why it's rated M. In the case of Borderlands 3, blood and gore, intense violence, sexual themes, and strong language. Now, some people may not know this, but if you go into a store and you are not 17, they cannot sell you an M-rated game. I saw this for myself recently when a 16-year-old wanted to buy GTA 5. GTA 5 is rated M. They carded the kid, then told him to go get a parent. The only way a kid is going to get a physical copy of an M-rated game is if their parent or an adult buys it for them. Any parent who buys a 12-year-old Mass Effect Legendary Edition forfeits the right to complain because the game is clearly marked. I am not making it up. I had a woman come to me asking me about Mortal Kombat 11. She wanted to buy it for a 12-year-old. I told her it was rated M, that it was M for a very good reason. Oh, but he wants it. Well then, Habibti, when you buy a game meant for 17-year-olds for a 12-year-old, you forfeit the right to complain. Now, I've heard people say, well, you can buy it digitally. You know, you can also lock the stores on your consoles. I know this for a fact because every time I want to buy a game on my Xbox or PlayStation digitally, I have to enter my passcode. So, at the end of the day, if your 12-year-old ends up with an M-rated game, don't blame gamers or game developers. It's your fault. I'm sorry. I know people are going to think I'm being harsh, but I am tired as a gamer of having to deal with these people complaining about M-rated games they bought for their 13-year-old. I am old enough to play M-rated games. I've been old enough for a long time. I play M-rated games. I do not want them changed or censored, and I'm tired of parents going, oh, but it's too violent. Why did you buy it for your 12-year-old? Or, it's too sexy. Why did you, again, buy it for your 12-year-old? Now, in addition, they said sexualizing women. Well, first off, men are constantly sexualized too. I rarely hear about people complaining that men have been sexualized. I'm sorry, it does happen. I mean, come on, look at Aquaman. Jason Momoa is hot. But you're sexualizing him. In addition, when has this been a problem? I mean, sexualized men and women are in everything. Movies, TV shows, commercials, Twitch. Look, I'm sorry. I'll admit, I'm not a big Twitch watcher. I stream on Twitch sometimes. One of these days I want to make a stream on Twitch where I literally spend an hour going simp, virgin, incel over and over again just because you don't tell me what I can't say. But I'm not a big watcher of Twitch. But when you strip your shirt off and start painting your body, that's not video games. That's sexualization. If you do that, you have no right to complain about women being sexualized. I'm sorry, when you sexualize yourself, and then you go and you complain about a video game with sexualized women, again, you forfeit the right to complain. But, I mean, what is it because it's in a video game? It's so hypocritical. You're complaining about one video. You know, every now and then you get this video game that people start complaining about. Oh my God, there are skimpy-clad women. Well, but then you turn on the movies, and yeah. Or you go out in the real world and you see women. Were they born in those clothes? I mean, even when I'm not going out, when I can dress however I want, I'm not a big fan of tight clothing. So I don't have any. So I look at them, it's like, how did you get into that? And why are you showing me those flabs I really don't need to see? I don't want to see that kind of detail. But if you sexualize, it's literally everywhere. And yet you're complaining about Mass Effect Legendary Edition or Censor Cyberpunk Story. Well, but it's okay to have a graphic sex scene in The Last of Us Part 2. Just saying. On top of that, you don't have to buy it. This is the thing I don't understand. No one is holding a gun to your head forcing you to buy it. You hear people complaining about stuff, but it's not mandatory. It's not obligatory. Just because there's a sexy game out there, it isn't impeding on you in any way. You can say, oh, well, it makes men less sensitive. No. And you know why? Because I work with a lot of men. I play a lot of video games with men. Most of my audience is men. And they've all been very good people. And I know that a lot of them play video games like Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I mean, the fact that they're watching me, tells me you're full of it. Anyway, I really wanted to put, because it feels so hypocritical. You're going, oh my God, you have sexualized women in Mass Effect Legendary Edition. But then you're just like, oh, but Wonder Woman is so, feminist, yay. Really? And anyone who doesn't dress like me, but goes, oh my God, they've sexualized women. I'm sorry, but when you are wearing tight, what are they, jeggings and a crop top, you again forfeit the right to complain. I'm sorry, but that's just fact. You are sexualized yourself. So I really wanted, I also wanted just to trigger all the people who are censor happy, because I know, one of the main things that keeps me going with this channel, and there are days when I go, which is why there's so much delay, because there are times where it's like, why am I making a video? What's the point? And then I remind myself that I want to change this. I want people who expect me to agree with their SJW nonsense, and then they realize I don't agree, and it'll trigger them. I've never agreed with people like Anita Sarkeesian about gaming. So I wanted to put my thoughts out there. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Please share this video. And I was on this weekend, by the way, playing Destiny on Xbox on Saturday and on PlayStation on Sunday. I will do it again this weekend. I'm almost at 1270. Anyway, hope to see you around. Thank you for watching.